Justin, how many parallels do you find between yourselves and the Atlanta Braves? How similar do you guys think you are?
Well, that's a weird question this year because, we didn't get an opportunity to play them during the regular season. But obviously we know they're a good club. They're playing good baseball right now, and we're pretty confident in ourselves. So I guess there's at least one parallel.
I ask because you guys have the best offense in all of baseball. They have the second best offense coming into this series. Do you think that if you're going up and down your roster, that you guys match up pretty well, or where do you see the Dodgers having an advantage perhaps?
Yeah, I haven't really dug into our numbers versus their numbers and, matching up position to position or anything like that. But I can speak to our guys and the quality of at-bats that we're capable of putting together, and our starting pitching is as deep as anyone, and our bullpen has, been the backbone for this team all year, and because of that, I like our squad.
It didn't seem like it bothered you that you hadn't seen the Brewers this season, and yet you played the Padres a billion times. And so far, you guys are undefeated in this postseason. How much more of an advantage do you think it gives you having settled in here to Globe Life Field? And those guys have not played here, I don't believe, yet.
Yeah, maybe a little advantage as far as familiarity, with the field and how everything plays. I will say that I think we have a lot of history with a lot of their pitchers, especially bullpen guys, playing them quite a bit the last couple of years. So we like that as well.
Finally, for me, JT, how much of a luxury is it to always know that it's going to be Walker in game 1, Clayton in game 2, and that you guys still have an unbelievable amount of fresh arms when needed?
Yeah, I think obviously finishing that last series in 3 games and keeping our guys as fresh as possible is huge for us. And, there's a lot said about Walker and Clayton going 1-2, and it is a luxury, but, our other 3 starters are pretty special as well. So to have those 5 guys in a 7-game series, it feels good knowing that, we're going to trust those guys, and we can trust those guys, and they're going to go out and compete and give us a chance to win a baseball game every time they take the mound.
Next question is from Dave Vassar. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin, what prompted you to have that meeting before game 1 of the NLDS at the workout? And do you feel like your message was heard, whatever it was?
Yeah, I just wanted to take a few minutes. Me and Mook had talked about it leading up to it, and just address the team and make sure, everyone's on the same page. And it's obvious we all know what's at stake and what we're playing for, but just to know that, remind guys that, not everything is going to go our way. It might not always be easy, but as long as we keep mentally grinding and supporting one each other and playing as a group together, we'll be all right, and we'll get through anything.
Justin, you've seen Cody's entire career. You've had a really great view. Where would you say he's at right now, considering the roller coaster type of season he's had?
He's one of the best athletes, I've ever been around, and he can affect the game in so many ways, just like Mookie. He can hit the ball out of the park. He can, find holes, take his walks, steal bases, plays unbelievable defense, and has a absolute cannon for an arm. So every time the ball goes towards him or he's in the box, he's a guy that, you can't take your eye off of.
Do you feel like at the plate he's back to what you saw in the first half of last year? You feel like he's close to that?
I feel like his at-bats have been as good as anyone's in these postseason games so far, and I think he's confident. I think he's feeling good. I think he's locked in, commanding the strike zone, and when he commands the strike zone, he's a tough out.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Justin, the other day, Dave said he felt this team was better equipped offensively for the postseason than in previous years. Do you agree? And why would you say it's so?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the experience, postseason experience, obviously, the more and more you go through it, the more and more comfortable you are in big moments. And the depth, I think, a lot of people talk about 1 through 9 in a lineup, but for us, it's really 1 through 13 or 14 or however many position players we have. I think we trust every single guy to go up and put together a quality at bat every single time. And when you do that, it puts a lot of pressure on other teams' pitching staffs, and it really lengthens out the game for them.
You've had really good offenses for years now, but it's let you down at key points in the postseason. What's the difference there? What has to change in the postseason?
Well, currently, I don't think we change anything from what we're doing. I think, these guys understand the process and understand how to take a quality at bat and understand how to work an at bat better than they ever have. And I think you're seeing it on a nightly basis. One of the things I always say about our offense is it's not about us getting 15 hits and scoring a bunch of runs. It's taking our walks. Usually when we have as many walks as hits or more walks than hits, that's when our offense is really clicking on all cylinders. And, a lot's been said about us this year, leading the NL and home runs and whatnot. And we hit a lot of homers, but you look at the offense in this last series, I think 1 homer in the last series and maybe only 2 homers in the whole postseason. So we're not a one-track offense. We can score runs in a ton of different ways, and if the ball happens to go over the fence, we'll take that too.
Thank you.
Next question from Scott Braun. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin. How clutch has it been to have the DH in the National League this year? And obviously you guys can still have it before you get to the World Series, where in the past, when you've gotten there, you have to wait till you get to the World Series to play that way. And it can put someone like Will in the lineup when Austin's catching Clayton. So how clutch has it been? And do you hope that it lasts forever?
Yeah, it's been really good for us because, like I said, it's not about 1 through 8 or 1 through 9 for us. We have a lot of quality hitters. So to be able to get that extra guy in the lineup has been outstanding. I mean, you look at some of the guys that have hit 9th for us this year, they're probably hitting in the middle of the order on most clubs. So it's been great. It's been great to help guys such as myself get off their feet. I'm kind of a traditionalist. I wasn't always for, the DH in the National League, but it hasn't been too bad. It's actually nice to DH some games.
Next question from Eric Steven.
Justin, with no off days in series for the NLCS, is there anything you like or dislike about the format, and do you think it's an advantage for you guys to potentially play, 7 days in a row?
Well, I like the fact that it makes teams have to utilize their whole roster. You can't just get through a playoff series with 3 starting pitchers or so. So I love that about it. It really exposes the depths of teams, and we're a club that we feel like we have a lot of depth, so it benefits us.
I got time for one more. Go ahead, Jorge.
Justin, what do you expect playing in front of fans tomorrow? What do you expect it to be like?
It'll be exciting. This last series was exciting. Just having our families in the stands and hearing actual people cheering and clapping and being able to celebrate after the games with them. And I don't know what the exact number is, 10,000 fans or something. So it's probably going to feel like a sold out crowd here. And the other night after we won Game 3 and we were going to get on our bus, there was a handful of Dodger fans outside the park cheering us on, telling us that they were ready and going to be here Monday. So we were already getting excited about it.
Thanks, Justin.